Hi, I'm Cecilia with the Lids Connection, bringing you the inside scoop on everything lids. Today we're sitting down with a few of our buyers to answer some of the questions you've been asking.
Hey, what's up, Lids Facebook fans? My name's Jason, and I buy all of the licensed fashion fitted product for the company.
I'm Neil Davis. I buy all the branded hats, which would include Kangol, Adidas, Nike, Under Armour, and then all of the action brands like Fox, Hurley, DC, Quicksilver.
I'm Sarah Manili. I buy all our private label in blanks.
I'm Chris Ryan. I buy all our NCAA core stuff.
A lot of times what we do is we take a lot of the advice from our vendors that are showing us the headwear. We also do a lot of market travels where we'll go out to our different locations, we'll visit stores, we'll shop competition, we'll look into some of the fashion trends that we see out in the market.
Sometimes we'll do a small test of like 25 to 50 stores that we know are going to sell something, and then based on how quickly they sell it, how fast they sell it, we may expand it to more.
You know, it's a lot of feedback from a lot of external sources as well as, you know, going out and you know, just picking up things on our own.
I mean, the atmosphere just in our department alone, you know, and the sports atmosphere also, you know, when I was in the stores, and I enjoyed that the most. But it's a very laid back atmosphere, and everybody seems to have a good time.
I've always loved hats and love the whole culture of it.
I think one of the biggest things for me is seeing a style that, as a buyer, that you've selected for the company, and then seeing hopefully the success of that and what that success brings to the company. That's one of the biggest, one of the best things about the job is seeing the successes of the company based on a decision that you have made. You know, a New Era hat is handmade. Every single stitch on the hat is done by hand. So you're gonna have some fluctuation by size. I mean, ideally, everything you want it to come in to be exactly the same size every time, but just based on the fact that we're buying so many hats and they're handmade each one, you're gonna have some variations from time to time.
Well, all our hats are made by hand for the most part, so everything's not just ever so slightly different, even though it is the same size, or sometimes it's materials. Some will stretch a little bit more, make it more comfortable, whatever it would be. I mean, it's not every hat's gonna be identical.
And even the same style of hats come out of different factories.
If something comes up where we do see a big discrepancy in sizes, we definitely contact the vendor. They have checks and balances in place where they periodically check different hats of ours that are coming off the line to make sure that they're within the specifications of the size. So again, hopefully we're not getting a lot of that, but if it does, we definitely address it with our vendor.
Gosh, I know I do. When I'm sitting in meetings with vendors, we try on every hat. We actually put them on our heads and things like that. And then, like Sarah says, sometimes they're different factories. You reorder it.
And if it's a new silhouette, like Neil was saying, we try everything on. If we want a deeper, more of a box look, whatever it would be, I mean, we always get our input back on that.
I think a lot of that comes down, we have a really good merchandising team that really drills down. Each store is different. Each store has a different selection, different teams, different styles, different brands based on past sales history is what a lot of it comes from. We carry so many different hats, there's no way every store could carry every single one.
But the good thing about it is you can find pretty much every single one of them on lids.com. A lot of that has to do with some of the legal terms that we have set with our vendors. You know, there are some things within the licensing agreements that you're not allowed to embroider on certain hats. I'll give Major League Baseball hats as an example. You're not allowed to deface the actual team logo on the front. So, you know, those are just things that we as a supplier of Major League Baseball hats, that we have to adhere to that rule.
Depending if it's some schools, they don't like anything to alter their logos. It's more on it's the colleges, the schools, the leagues, whatever it would be. That's more so than anything.
And even when we did the blank New Eras, that's New Era did not want us to embroider on them because then it's kind of out of their control. Like right now, they're deciding what goes on that hat. Where if we let customers decide, then they have no say anymore. So it's protecting their brand, and we're protecting our partnership with New Era.
Wow. mean, over the years, there's been so many that I've liked. I don't have one in particular that's a favorite. One of the hats that I particularly like that I think is really driven the overall fashion business when it comes to the Major League Baseball fashion fitted is the original Spike Lee hat, which a lot of people out there may not know it, but Spike Lee was one of the originators of the fashion fitted hat. He contacted New Era, wanted a red hat with a white logo on it, and that was kind of like the beginning of the whole New Era fashion craze. From there, it just kind of spiraled into some other artists that have done some things. The original Flawless from Fred Durst, the Fabulous hat, which was a Fresh Good Friday hat of ours. That one did extremely well. Some other hats that we've done over the years. The MLB Celticus was a really good hit. And one of my favorite ones that we have coming up in the next few months is called the Team Crest, which launches in July. So this is one of my favorite ones that we have coming in for this year. So I can't really put a finger on one specific one that I like as the best, because as a buyer, you want to think they're all the best. But I think that there are definitely a few of them that have helped drive our fashion business.
So there you have it, straight from the buyers. We hope today helped answer some of your questions, and we'll get to more of them in the future. Stay tuned for another segment of Lids Connection, where we're bringing you the inside scoop on everything lids.